Well, you did.
Well, sort of. I've got the right clothes at any rate.
Let me go back to Chris and Kenny about the you still got your guitar in hand. The current hit, "Wicked Game." I wondered if you could do a little of that for us.
Sure. Didn't even get a chance to ask us twice, did you? Darling.
Hey.
See, Pearl was supposed to sing on part of it, but she didn't because she didn't pay attention earlier.
What's wrong with my throat?
She said, "I'll sing when we start doing it." And then I looked over, she just copped out.
If you guys do Mockingbird or something.
She spent all her time on her hair doing those rings, and then she didn't practice the singing
No,
part.
that's not.
Now, this is a song that's making it on its merit and also on the inclusion in the Wild at Heart movie.
Well, the fix is in on this one.
But this isn't the first. I mean, how many times have your records been in movies? There's been several before this.
A lot of them, actually.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's been good for me. It's like sometimes I don't sell records, but I always made a living on that, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I know Shag had one in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was another.
I watched that over and over. They sent me a videotape, and I just...
Well, actually, did this thing, somebody told me this popped out of a box, that somebody in Atlanta started playing it?
Yeah. Some guy, what's his name?
Lee Chestnut.
Lee Chestnut in Atlanta was, I guess he went and saw the movie. He said, "I like that song," and amazingly, he just started playing on his radio station, and people called in, and he said, "Well, we got a good response," so he called his friend, and it was, you know, a pretty weird way to have it happen.
Gives you faith in radio. I mean,
It does.
I mean,
It was
I thought
strange.
radio was all tightly formatted. You couldn't do that kind
Right.
of thing anymore, you know? This is like where people turn the record over and play the other side kind of situation,
right.
you know? It's great. It's really terrific. Now, what about the swampy kind of Indian love call, Slim Whitman kind of aspect to it? I was thinking of Marvin Rainwater for a second there, but...
I don't know where I steal these things, although I do have a lot of Slim Whitman.
Yeah.
I like his stuff a lot. Boy, he can sing great.
Yeah.
He's good.
And you're growing a
big
little, I
in
noticed
England.
you're growing a little thin mustache,
Yeah,
too.
right. I'm working on that.
Yeah. It's a really nice sound. It's just a really terrific.
It would have
unusual
been.
thing.
Pearl really had a beautiful part that she left out. She
The
wails on
waterfall
it.
part. So how'd you get together with Eric Jacobson?
Eric Jacobson was, well, at the time I met him, he was working in a lawnmower repair shop, and this is like, I guess 1980 or something. I went in, and I was working, I was cutting lawns and stuff. I mean, I was trying to be a musician, but I was also doing like gardening. And I went in and I had somebody else's lawnmower to be fixed, and I never saw Eric actually. I just would leave the mowers there, and they said there was a German guy or something like that, and he was there, and he'd say, "Just a second," and he'd turn around and yell into the back.
What time was this?
This is in over in Marin.
Mm-hmm.
And he would just yell into the back room. He'd say, "Come on, let's get it going." And I looked, and there's this tall guy wearing like a dirty T-shirt, and I saw him back there, and he just looked all stringy and stuff, and he had a bottle. I saw once, I looked back there, and he was with a bottle. And I thought, this guy's like an alcoholic working on these engines. And I looked at him, he came out, the next time I went back to pick it up, he came out and talked to me, and he looked just like this. I've seen pictures of Eric Jacobson with a loving spoonful, and I said, "Man, you look just like this guy Eric Jacobson with a loving spoonful." He said, "I am that guy. I used to be that guy." And I said, "Would you do records anymore?" And he said, "No, I haven't." I said, "Man, I'm trying to make a record." And we started talking, and pretty soon we went in the studio. And you buying any of this, Kenny?
I've heard this one before.
I haven't.
I like it. I like the.
Lawnmowers.
Sometimes I make it where he's really a helpless derelict, and he's like in a street corner. And I kind of like, just out of my kindness, I give him a buck or
But
two.
that's not that far off from reality when you really.
No,
I mean,
not really.
you picked him up by the
Yeah.
bootstraps, you know.
Yeah, I kind of did.
Oh, that's great. Well, I knew in 83, 84, your band Silvertone, named after a Sears Roebuck guitar line. Now, a friend of mine just picked up, we went to Vegas last year with a rockabilly friend of mine, and he said, "I'm going to find me a guitar here." I said, "No, you're not. There's nothing here. I mean, the pawn shops are no good. There's nothing
Right.
here." So we stopped at the St. Vincent de Paul, and he walks in, and he hits right to the guitar case, and it wasn't Silvertone. Now I'm going to forget the punchline. It was the Montgomery Ward's
Airline.
He picks this thing up out of the case, and it's a little undersized,
Yeah.
and plugs it in, the tubes light up, and he starts playing it. I mean, $50, but you didn't think you could find bargains like that anymore, you know? So Airline was the Montgomery Ward's.
Quality guitar.
What was the name of the actual manufacturer? Dan Electric?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
well, you know, Western Auto also had a line, True Tone.
Is that
True Tone,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's even further down the line.
But it was a Dan Electro or their own?
I don't know if they were Dan Electros or not, but they
Western
were really.
Auto.
You get a guitar and seat
You know, 'cause
covers.
see what the Beatles did. I mean, even you get your tires, you get your guitar. You know, it's like the same thing.
Did you have a Silvertone in those days, or you just like the name?
No, I had a Silvertone. I still have a Silvertone. That's on the back of that record. I'm playing a Silvertone, and
On the back of the new one?
I
or the
still
old
have that. That's one I play a lot, like on the records. It sounds good.
one? Uh-huh.
I don't take it out on the road because I only have one of those. You know, you can buy good guitars anywhere, but weird, junky guitars are hard to find.
You got a pretty intense old record knowledge. You say your mom had old records, or she just had that one Bull Moose Jackson record, or was she?
She had a lot of old records.
But late
you know.
40s, it sounds like.
My parents were real hip.
Yeah?
Yeah, real hip people, and they had all like. My dad thought like Fats Domino should have been like a governor. You know, they were very.
Good idea.
Yeah.
And were they, I'm not making any geographic prejudice here, but they were Stocktonites?
What, you call me white trash? What do you say?
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to, I mean,
Let's go ahead and say
did
it.
they come from some urban
Yes.
city in the east or anything?
They're from Stockton.
Oh, okay. Well, it sounds like a fine place.
There's real good
They're
thrift
from
shops
Stockton.
in Stockton.
Yeah, there are good thrift shops. It's a teeming kind of town. It's like if you've ever been to Fresno, it's like Fresno, but not without the glitter.
Yeah.
Okay. Before you were playing a song, I'm leaving it all up to you, which I never heard actually sung by anybody but Dale and Grace. I usually know this stuff. Was there a precedent to them, or are you covering Dale and Grace?
Yeah, I'm covering them.
It sounded real nice. I mean, I never really liked that song very much, but I liked it when you were doing it. So I was wondering if you heard it off of a better version than I heard it, but I guess not.
I also heard Don and Dewey.
Doing that one?
You know Don and Dewey, right?
Yeah.
They do it.
See, I'm showing my ignorance. I like that. I
Yeah.
like to once in a while show a
And
flaw.
Don and Dewey are real cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
Processed hair and a pick guard that was like this pearlized kind of stuff.
You know, I had Ike Turner on the show about a year and a half ago, and I asked him.
Anything untoward happen?
Actually, it did. I'll tell you after the show. It was really something. But
No, tell them. They want to know.
just the girl he was with started pulling the hair of somebody in the lobby. It was just very strange.
Well,
It's like a
Ike didn't
fight
do
going
anything.
on.
Let's not pull it on his name.
Well, okay, but when I did ask him, since he had a new act, and I said, where do we find you if we need to locate you? You don't have a booking agent. He said, just call the police. They always know where I am,
Oh,
which
man.
turned out to be prophetic, unfortunately.
We were just at Sun Records
You were
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were doing, for this song, we were in Memphis. We had to go.
I'm sorry, for what song?
Wicked Game.
For the song.
For this-
Promoting the song.
Yeah, promoting the song.
Gotcha.
And
Uh-huh.
and they took us by Sun, which Ike was the instrumental in getting going.
Yeah, right.
And that was
That was
deep.
a trip.
Yeah, it was heavy.
I mean, I needn't ask, but do you have a special Elvis fixation or some?
No, really, I didn't. I mean, I loved the music and everything, but I never was like, I couldn't tell you what day he was born on, things like
You don't
that.
know his Army serial number?
No, I don't.
It's
think so.
533-10761.
You just make this stuff up.
No,
off the
I know
top.
that.
Well,
I thought everybody
we
knew
went to
that.
Graceland actually.
I
and
knew
saw it.
that.
Yeah, okay.
It was pretty. It looked like my grandmother's place, you know. It's like the decoration and stuff. It's pretty wild.
So they're not planning a follow-up single yet to this one, are they? I mean, this is.
No, I think they're just going to see what happens to this one.
So when you say you're in Memphis promoting the record, I mean, you going shaking DJs' hands, or you
We
playing out in the street?
We played on Kenny and I. We played at the radio station, and then we played at. We did this benefit. I guess it's like a Christmas charity for kids there, and the thing is that they advertised it. I don't know by mistake or what, but they advertised it like Chris Isaak will be doing Wicked Game and stuff, and it's only Kenny and I. It's not the whole band. You know what I mean? And it's like you got an acoustic guitar and he's got a bongo, and you're there and you walk into a bar and there's like 300 people going, "We paid $12 to see you."
But it's
You
for
bet-
charity.
You know, you better do more than 2 songs. So we're up there like we did, 45-minute set with a bongo and a guitar.
Cool. Was it a part of a southern jaunt, or was that just Memphis and back?
Just Memphis, back. Yeah. Well, actually, then we did Memphis, then where we go? We didn't come
We
back.
we went to L.A. We've been to Toronto, and where it's been played, like Tucson, and little pockets, where it's starting to.
We kept
do well.
calling Pearl from on the road. We just get an answering machine now.
I know she's listening.
Yeah, she's in there. She doesn't answer.
You guys, actually, you guys are good pals, and it's nice to see you here all together. We got about 2.5 minutes. If you would favor us with another song, I'd appreciate it. If I don't say goodnight
You
later,
hurt me. Ready?
I'll say it now.
Just jump in there when you're ready.
Oh yeah, always do, always do.
This goes out to Pearl, right?
You want to do Luchon for her?
You got the right one.
You hurt me so, you'll never know how much you hurt me. To see you with another boy, you just tore up my world of joy. You hurt me so, you'll never know. You hurt me so. If you could show, if you could know how much it hurt me. You sit and cry, and when you're through, you'd realize my need for you. You hurt me so, you'll never know. You hurt me so. Well, I thought we had a love that could not perish, but now I'm left with just the past to cherish you by. And always I remember you and how you hurt me. I guess I'll just sit and cry and wonder why you left me. You hurt me so, you'll never know. You hurt me so. You hurt me so, you'll never know. You know it's true, Pearl.
I love you too.
You hurt me so.
Are we still going? I think we got a little time left. I think according to my clock, we still got a minute left. You guys.
We got one just for Pearl.
Okay.
What do you want to do there? Luchan por separarnos, pero es inútil. Nuestro amor es tan grande como no habrá jamás.
Bueno, claro.
Juntos caminaremos hasta la muerte. Y aunque el mundo se oponga, nos tendremos que amar. Y la tumba será el final, ahí será la separación. Y hasta en la tumba te sigo amando, si quiere Dios. Y hasta en la tumba te sigo amando, si quiere Dios.
Cha cha
Bueno,
cha.
Pearl.
Gracias.
Y art.
Are we out? Are we gone? Are we still on? I guess so. Thank you very much for coming by. I think the credits must be rolling because we're at the 29-minute point.
She's
are
my
we close?
Filipino baby, she's my treasure and my pet. You know that one?
His alarm, he has to wake up.
She loves to watch. She loves to watch. She loves to watch.
As the house stays having little girl's heart, she watching Mrs. Silver Bertie copper clothes in the dark. Her others walk the front, her exercise. She looks through the window in the other girl's eyes. She loves to watch. She says I make her